So I've been in Tunisia for the past week. We started off in Cap, which was beautiful. It's a more rural area. It's about an hour from the airport. So when they picked us up, they gave us some treats, and you'll see all this in the video. But they gave us some treats, and we head out to Cap, and it was really pretty. We stayed on the farm with our host. She lives there with her husband. They create amazing experiences like this. He's also cultivates snails, which I thought was pretty cool. But it's just a really nice community. While we were there, we kind of explored Nabeul, and in Nabeul we made some harissa. We did a floral workshop, but these were all with local places that won't be really easy to find with Google. I mean, you may find them on Instagram, but even when I followed their Instagram page, I don't think I would have known to find it if I was just at home trying to plan my own thing. So I really do recommend Sawa Taste of Tunisia, because being able to engage with the community and ensure that your dollars are going to the actual community is always a plus. One of the things that I think is really important for us to always keep in mind is our physical presence always disrupts the narrative. So happy to be here, happy to disrupt narratives, whatever those narratives are. I haven't had any issues. I haven't felt unsafe. I haven't felt treated any differently from my group. I was the only Black person in my group, and the only American in my group as well. Everyone else was from UK or London, Scotland, Wales, and Lisbon. So that was really interesting, and I really enjoyed that diversity and just kind of seeing just the differences amongst us and amongst our culture. But at no point did I feel any kind of way. So I'm heading back to my hotel. We leave at 10. It is now 9:30. And now I'm going downhill so I can breathe again. Alright, y'all, so I had to get this background. I just learned so much about the Tunisian culture. But more importantly, do y'all see this background? It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, just to think about, I lived in Abu Dhabi for 3.5 years, spent my 10-day solo vacation after I graduated, or for graduation in Morocco, and just never really thought about, let me try Tunisia as well. This was definitely a pleasant surprise. The area that I'm in now is called Sidi Bun Said, and it is very reminiscent to Chef Shawan. So I definitely encourage you to put Tunis on your list. Come check it out. You'll see in this video, in this blog, that it is amazing. This guy back here actually helped me to find this spot because I was down in the corner trying to figure out my tripod situation, which won't stand still on these rocks. And he was like, come on, let me show you something better, because clearly you over here just by the doors. So y'all see those videos come up too. But I'm really grateful to have had this experience. Shout out to Sawa, Taste of Tunisia. Shout out to USAID, because they're the ones that provided the funds to even make this happen. And then shout out to all the amazing locally owned businesses that I had the opportunity to engage with this week. So in the next couple of videos, or for the rest of the video, you'll see some of those places. Some of the videos I'm gonna have to split up unless y'all want to sit here for about an hour, but it was a great week, and I'm grateful. First off, let me tell you how easy it was to get here. I started my trip in Atlanta, and instead of dealing with a bunch of layovers, I flew directly to Paris. From there, I hopped on Nabeul Air, which is the local Tunisian airline, and let me tell you, it was smooth sailing. No stress, just vibe. Now picture this, y'all. We step out of the airport and are immediately greeted with a box of local treats. That really set the tone for the rest of the day. We had an hour-long ride from Tunis to Cap, and let me tell you, those treats made it even sweeter. After the drive, we checked into the Sawa Guest House. It was so charming. The guest house is on a beautiful farm that is actually Lamia's family estate. It has this perfect mix of rustic and cozy. From the moment I stepped in, I felt like I was just there visiting family. Lamia, who's the owner, just welcomed us like we were her long-lost cousins coming home for a visit. And when I say she took care of us, I really mean she did. She even prepared dinner for us that night. And y'all, the food was beyond exceptional. This was my first real taste of Tunisian cuisine. And let me tell you, the flavors are something special. rich, bold, and just so satisfying. I am getting hungry just thinking about it. So that was day one. Flying in, feeling welcomed, and being introduced to the delicious world of Tunisian food.
Made with garlic and harissa. And it's a little bit spicy, but it's the season. The fava beans, it's the season now. Green peas and fava beans, this is the season, so they're very tasty. You have a mixed salad, and then you have the fish from the sea in the oven with fennel, with the borgol.
So right now I'm in the beautiful Tunisia. And it's just really nice. It's so chill, so relaxing. You know how much I love culture and cooking. Well, not at home, but we've already done our first cooking class of the day. We made some mlawi for breakfast. That was pretty cool. You'll see the video in a second. And yeah.
Rufida. She's 42 years old. She has 4 kids, 2 grandchildren.
So we kicked off the morning in Lamia's kitchen, where I got a crash course in making mlawi flatbread. Now, I'll be real with you, I am not exactly the queen of bread making, but with their patient guidance and a lot of moral support from everyone around, I managed to pull it off. It was touch and go for a minute there.
You mix first the flour and the semolina together. It's okay.
Oh, mix this part first together. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I had people around that I can be like, hey, what was that? What are we supposed to do? And they were just so supportive because I was over there just doing my own thing. But the end result wasn't half bad. We were able to sit down for breakfast and just enjoy eating our own flatbread with different jams.
Or anything you want. You have the dura. Dura is sorgho. You have crackers. Yeah, that you can have with the ricotta if you want. And you have the marmalade. The marmalades are the ones of Rania that we will meet today. You have pomegranate and you have orange. And you have honey and you have dulce de leche. I don't know if you know, guys. That's homemade.
Oh my God.
After that amazing breakfast, we headed to Nabeul for a harissa making workshop. Now, if you know anything about Tunisian cuisine, you know that harissa is the real MVP. It's a staple accompaniment that adds a spicy kick to just about everything.
Okay, it's not too hot, but it's lovely at the flavor.
We learned how it's made, either by hand or with a machine. And here is the secret. It tastes way better when made by hand.
Waste 10 grams. When we get out all things inside, we've got just 5 grams. So the half of the waste. So it's a lot, half. The half of the waste is a lot. So what we do with the rest, with the dishes is, yeah, she's a speciality. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right, the good way. No, the good way. Do you know the difference between harissa? Not the difference, the same way between harissa and pesto from Italy. Do you know? We begin. 2 chilies, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. Okay. Have you seen the color now?
Yeah.
Lovely, so. Yeah. Wow. We add for decoration 1 garlic in the middle.
Oh.
But after, when we put it on the fire, it's finished.
After making our own harissa, we then sampled different types of harissa. So we learned a little bit about what you can add to harissa to give it an extra special flavor.
For the wedding, is obligatory to do it.
This kind of pans, how it works?
No.
This is where
Yeah,
we do
with stem, yeah.
Yeah, this is where we do the couscous. So you put the sauce under, you cook the meat and the vegetables with in a red sauce and or in a white sauce, depending if you're doing red or white. And you put the couscous on top, and we also put we can do rice like this. There are different Tunisian pastas that we do that way, and it's cooked with the steam of the sauce that is cooked under.
Okay.
Before we don't use to prepare couscous because they don't know where. With couscousier like that.
So, as if we weren't already spoiled enough, we then helped prepare a full couscous spread. It was so hearty, so flavorful, and so satisfying. Y'all, this food, just amazing. So next up was the pottery making workshop. Now, Nabeul is actually famous for decorated ceramics, and seeing some of these unique designs up close was incredible. Of course, we got a little chance to make our own thing, and of course, I decided to show off my Arabic calligraphy. Next up was a floral water workshop. So you may already be familiar with rose water, but have you ever heard of geranium water?
Yeah. It's interesting how geranium water is not as exported as rose water and orange blossom water.
Right.
Like I've never seen that anywhere else.
Yeah, geranium water was new to me, but I definitely like the smell.
Ne trouve pas passer que par ce tube ici.
The steam will not find any way out except through that tube.
5 kilos?
Mais
قديش يحط me?
entre 12 et 15 litres.
Between 12 and 15 liters.
To wrap up our day, we had dinner at the home of an amazing vegetarian chef who converted her family home into a stunning bed and breakfast. She hosts retreats there and just creates this serene space for people to unwind and recharge. And the food, y'all, hands down, the best vegetarian meal that I have ever had. Everything was so fresh, so flavorful, and cooked with a lot of love. I left feeling nourished in every sense of the word. We started our morning with a hearty breakfast in Cap Bon before hitting the road to Tunis, which is about an hour away. But before we left, we decided to have a little fun and take a quick donkey ride. Now, don't get it twisted. We did not ride the donkey all the way to Tunis, but it was a little fun, just kicking off the day with some laughs. So once we got to Tunis, our first stop was the Tunis Central Market. Y'all, this market has everything you can think of. Produce, spices, fresh fish, you name it. Our guide Sadri took us through the market like a pro. He's been buying produce here every day for the last 20 years for his restaurant, Dar Salah, which is just a short walk away from the market.
Egg, and you have harissa, and you have mashwiya, raw salad, and cooked salad, lemon, all kinds of vegetables inside. It's a mix of vegetables, cooked and raw, with tuna fish on the top and an egg, and harissa.
This was the epitome of breaking bread together. We enjoyed this one bowl all together, and it was so good. Who would have thought? After exploring the market, we took a short walk over to Sadri's restaurant where we got to roll up our sleeves and cook lunch. This was probably one of my favorite activities of our entire trip. I loved how we were welcomed in the kitchen, how they just really showed us the intention that goes behind every dish that they put in front of people, the freshness of the ingredients, and just the process of it all. I really enjoyed this. So everyone had a job to do, and I was on fish duty with the fresh catch that we actually just bought at the market. Y'all, look at me over here doing my thing. I think I did a pretty good job. So once I turned things over to the real chef, I went over and started making bricks, which is a pastry filled with tuna that is lightly fried and usually consumed as a snack. It is so good. So check out our completed dishes. Not too bad, huh? I was actually pretty proud of myself. This was absolutely delicious, and I had a hand in making it. And so cooking is just one of my favorite ways to connect with the culture, and I was just in my element. After that amazing meal, we took a trip to Tunisia's oldest winery.
Consumed wine in Tunisia is most popular. They vous faites 18 millions de bouteilles, ça? Jour? Par an, pardon. They do 18 million bottles per year. This is a plain, basic sparkling wine, and you can add it to anything. You add chocolate to it, it will have a chocolate flavor.
Yeah.
You add strawberry, it will have a strawberry flavor. So, and the other one,
Et l'autre est aromatisé à la pêche. Et donc,
the other one is a peach.
Peach.
It's
Yeah,
peach flavored.
voilà.
Now, I usually go for more fuller bodied wines, but Tunisian wine has this light, refreshing vibe that's perfect for the summer. One wine that we tried that was especially unique was a blue wine made with spirulina. Definitely a first for me, but it had a surprisingly nice, subtle flavor.
Wow.
Wow. It's like something. I was expecting something really good. I love this.
We ended the night with a fresh seafood dinner at a nearby spot. We got to pick our own seafood and they grilled it right there on the spot. The freshness was out of this world. And to top it all off, we had a nightcap of almond green tea at the city's oldest cafe. It was a perfect way to end the evening, sipping tea, soaking in the atmosphere, and reflecting on yet another amazing day in Tunisia. We started day 4 with a light breakfast, just enough to fuel us up for our Tunis street food tour.
Old cafe.
Wow, it's very old. It's kind of been passed on, not necessarily in the same family, but it's been passed on from owner to owner now. There's 2 really lovely brothers who are taking care of it. We'll see it when we're there.
This tour was a real vibe. Like, we got to see how Tunisians go about their day, moving through the bustling Medina, just exploring different things. Our guide was amazing. She was so on point. The Medina is this intricate maze, and trust me, it is so easy to get lost.
So Shamia, they come here, it's with roasted nuts and with sesame, so you can kind of choose, optimize, personalize your cocktails. Yeah.
Cool.
And it's named after Amahsin Mawjoud, no?
Oui.
Yes, the owner of the shop.
Listen, street food in Tunis is on a whole other level. Everything was so fresh and flavorful. We tried all sorts of things that I probably wouldn't have even known about or known to try without our guide pointing us in the right direction. From savory pastries to spicy snacks, every bite was a beautiful culinary experience. After wandering through the Medina, we headed to an oil tasting. Now let me tell you, this was a first for me. I didn't realize that when you do an oil tasting, you're supposed to drink the oil. So that was a little wild, but it was actually pretty cool to taste the different varieties and appreciate the flavors. After our tasting, we had lunch and went back to Sidi Bou Said to just explore the area and have some downtime before dinner. So of course, all good things must come to an end. For our final dinner, we went to this really nice restaurant, got a little dressed up, and just really sat there and enjoyed the atmosphere.
This place is so beautiful. The food is so great. That was Jimmy at the end. We said we cannot. It's like the Bambaloni. We cannot not take you, to this place. So we added it. of Tunisia offers packs that are all inclusive, already made on the different regions of Tunisia. But we also have a la carte packs that you can choose and pick, and they can be customized, and we can add up anything you are interested in, whatever is history, cultures, well-being, yoga, an interest in a handicraft. Just let us know your interest, what you want to do, what you want to discover in this beautiful North African country, and we will be delighted to cater for you.
So I definitely need a win mic. That's one. But this was an amazing trip, y'all. I mean, Tunisia really blew me away. I was pleasantly surprised. So that's it for my Tunisia adventure. I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me on this journey. I've got plenty more adventures to share, so make sure you're subscribed and ready for the next one. Till then, take care and keep exploring.